Aloha from Kilipohe, Kekani Aloha. I realize I haven't done a garden update in a long time, so I thought I'd walk around and see what's going on. We just harvested some bananas here. You can see that stalk is cut down. And this banana, let's see if I can see it. And just barely. Just right in there. It's another flower coming out on this banana. I need to train these guys up a little bit. They haven't been taken care of in a while, but I'm trying this new thing. I used to put these off underneath the mango tree, but now I'm going to just bury them in mulch at the base of the banana. Kind of abandoned this Kalo patch here. This is the raised bed, #1 raised bed, which we're going to kind of abandon. We'll get to that here more in a little bit, but we're going to get rid of that entirely. The lime tree, I don't know, it's producing leaves, a little bit of disease on it. I don't know. It just doesn't want to produce any limes. I don't know what's up with that. The pineapples have started to fruit. This guy has just barely got a flower on it. There's another flower back in there. I think, I haven't really counted, but there's probably 20 that are starting to fruit right now. Another little flower right back in there. And this one flowered and is fruiting. You know, it did that over the winter, so we're letting that go. We've been having a lot of problems with mongoose. I mean, not problems, but they come and dig up in the mulch. I think they're looking for grubs. And so, yeah, I mean, the mulch doesn't look as great as it could. Definitely some weeding that needs to be done. I cut back the ulu tree quite a little bit. Get close enough for you to be able to see. But it's coming back. Here's more mongoose burrows. They really like this one spot. They dig it up really in the evenings. They come here and dig it up. But yeah, the ulu tree's got plenty of new growth. I left this one branch on here because there's some fruit. You can see there 3 fruits. One fell, so it didn't really make maturity, but haven't used the barbecue or smoker much recently. These are the bananas I picked the other day. They're starting to ripen. They had gotten yellow, but you can see the bases are still quite green. They didn't quite reach full maturity. These ridges should be gone. They should be just round, but they didn't make that. So I don't know. Either it was too dry or something else happened. Okay, so let's talk about the garden beds. The #3 bed here had rotted completely. I mean, the sides were just falling down on it. So I got this roofing from HPM. You can get these cutoffs for $10 or $30 a piece for a 10-foot section. And so this is half of a 10-foot section cut lengthwise. This is a quarter of a 10-foot section cut lengthwise and across. And then these are just some pieces that I bent out of another piece and then screwed them all together. So I'm pretty pleased with how they came out. It's nicer to have them up higher. We have probably half of this is filled with wood. It's not all soil. This one has got a lot of mulch in the bottom. I ran out of wood, but it's got a lot of mulch. But you know, this other bed 1 over here, is going to get abandoned. I'll move all of this soil over time over to here. But you know, in the meantime, we still have some kai choy here, and these are all carrots, which really haven't, we picked a few carrots, but really haven't done much with. So this is the frame for bed 2, and you can see how, you know, it's pretty badly rotted out. I don't know how much time this would have lasted, but the bed 3 was way worse. So we still have some sweet potatoes in here, this is a big collo that was in bed 3, which we didn't put back in there. We just put it in that grow bag. So we'll see how that goes. Here in bed 3, of course, there's a lot of grass weeds. I kind of blew that. Normally I cover the soil over for a good 3 or 4 weeks before I plant anything in it, to let the weed seeds germinate and then die. But I didn't do that this time. I just thought, you know, I'm just going to go for it. And so now there's a lot of weed seeds. There are some beets here coming up. Those are beets. There should be 3 rows of them, but those are the only ones that came up. That's probably been 2 or 3 weeks now. These are some shishito peppers, which I transplanted in. This one's not doing so well, but this one's doing okay. More collo that got transplanted from bed 2. They were over there at the end of bed 2. We just put them in here. These are some volunteer eggplant. There's one on there now. This one's really been having kind of a hard time. It didn't like being transplanted. This one's not doing much, but it didn't dislike being transplanted. Over here in bed 4, which is now bed 3, we have some little zucchini plants trying to get going. Zucchini. There was a lot of jicama. There's still a few jicama plants. This is a jicama here. You know, I think I'll just, well, no, I'm not going to pull it up. Do that later. These are all radishes, a few carrots from the transplants. This is a big English thyme plant here. More radishes in bed 4. These are mostly the big ones, like watermelon and German giant. This tomato plant is a volunteer tomato, and we've gotten a few tomatoes off of it. You know, this is February still. February 21st or so. And we're still getting good stuff. You can see good radishes here. These are all pretty much ready to pick. Some kale. A little bit more kale. Oh, and here too, there's shishito peppers. So these shishitos, I just buried a pepper that that fell off the shishito plant. I just buried it in there, and they've come up. So I think there's 3 plants there. I thought there was going to be 6, but there's only 3 there. Here in bed 5, this is more shishitos. Little shishitos. Oh, and this is a marigold, volunteer marigold. We'll see if it does any more shishitos. Hawaiian chili pepper plants are just going nuts. Have harvested quite a few chili peppers off of there. These are really spicy though, so can't really use too many of them at a time. This I'm not sure what kind of pepper it is. It's a yellow kind of a daytail looking pepper, but it's not hot. Daytails are supposed to be quite hot, but these are not hot. This is another volunteer tomato plant. I'm not sure what kind they are. Get it to focus. They kind of look like Roma tomatoes. I don't know. Cavallo maybe. It just came up there and I decided to let it grow. But there's a lot of those yellow pepper plants here. These are all doubles. So that's bed 5 with all the peppers in it. Bed 6 is supposed to have green beans, but I don't know. They didn't like the winter and the seeds I put in have not come up, so I'm probably going to have to scrap that again. I don't know. I was having great luck with green beans before, but not so much now. So now on to the tomatoes. I've got 24 tomato plants this year, 4 or 5 different kinds. These are just a selection of them here. And I got the greenhouse going again with tomato plants. And not all of them are doing so well. This N63 doesn't really look happy. Didn't deal with the transplant very well, but some of them, I mean this is a Juliet hybrid, and she already has some flowers on her, getting ready to produce fruit. This N63 looks just fine. So I don't know, just a couple of them didn't really like being transplanted, so we'll just let those go for now. Like this, what is this guy? Oh, this is a Cavallo. I grew Cavallos last year and I didn't really get many fruits off of them. This guy, I think I over fertilized and that kind of got burnt. That might have happened with this Cavallo too. So too much nitrogen. But yeah, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 3 plus 1. It's at 18, 19 plants in here. That's a little bit more crowded than it was last year. I got all of the irrigation hooked up like I did before. A little bit different now with these are 1 gallon per hour drippers. With these guys are just something to hold them in place. So yeah, we'll see. We will see. The back bananas, got a couple of banana stalks on them. Not super big, but this one is actually, this was a volunteer that is doing much better than I expected. Same thing with these guys, a little banana stalk just getting going there. It'll be 6 months before we see any actual fruit from that. Oh, this guy's got a flower coming out. Same thing, you know, that's not going to be very big. I mean, if you look at these stalks here, that's maybe 6 inches across. Look at that little. Okay, come on, get going. It's cold, I know. So that's maybe 6 or 7 inches across. The ones that I just cut down, the base of that banana stalk is probably a foot across, so twice the diameter of that one back there. So it takes them a good while. This banana patch here is probably 5 or 6 years old now, I want to say. But there's a big difference between the you know, how they look. So I mean, yeah, that's big. Here's the top of where I cut it off. You know, this is 2-3 feet above ground, and it's still almost the same size, and that's been cut too. So, you know, once they cut, they start to deteriorate pretty quickly. Well, anyway, I don't know what else to say. That's a garden update for now. I'm probably not going to be doing much of those mechanical videos anymore. It takes an awful long time to produce them, and I'm not sure people really enjoy it. So we're going to kind of stick to gardening and maybe a little bit of welding now and again. But that's it for now. Aloha.